Hello, it's time to play Pips. Let's play some dominoes. We'll start with the easy puzzle. All right. Uh, we have a 0. There's only one of. Oh, look at that. 30. Oh, it'll be all fives. We'll need 6 fives to make it. So yeah, and we only have 6 fives. So the 0 5 will go into there. 3 5 goes into here. Less than 2. So the 1 5 goes into here. Double 5 as a centerpiece, and then finally the last 5 sends a 2 into the void. And there we go. That was the easy puzzle. So that's fine. All right, let's try the medium. Okay, we need 3 of something, and we need it to be something that's doubled. So it could be 2s or no, it couldn't be 2s. We don't have 3 2s, so it's 5s. So 5s go there. We can't. Yeah. So the double is either here or here. We don't know which yet. And then we do need double something. So maybe that's 2s or 6s. Let's see. The 6 gets split up. Oh, the 4 is also kind of interesting. How do I deal with this? I'm trying to figure out if there's anything forced by the geometry right off the bat. I don't think there really is. I mean, the 6 is split up because something goes in here, but that's not in and of itself hugely important. What if we did self-contain the equals, which I think would need to be a 2 because we've already spoken for the 5. Does this do anything useful? Then that would mean the 8 also needs to be self-contained, which actually isn't possible. Okay, so the equivalence region is not all in one. That I think we can say. So that also means it's not 2s because the only way for it to be 2s would be that. So, all right, so the larger equivalence region is 5s. The smaller one could be 3s or 6s or even 0s. It's unlikely to be 0s because we will need at least 1 0 for the 4 region. Yes, we will. I don't think there's any way to do that otherwise. But we'd only need 1, and we wouldn't need some. So we'd need lots of them. So what this also means is that the top of the equivalence region points into the 8. It needs to do that in order to not break the geometry. So let's see, what did I say it could be? It could be 0s or 3s or 6s. It's quite a lot of possibility there. 0s look like they might actually be difficult. No, they're not, because we could do 3s. No, we couldn't do 3s into 5s. All of our 5s are spoken for. Oh, interesting. Maybe this is actually difficult, because I also noticed if we put the 4 here, we then have to put a 4 here, which would break the 4 region. So that's also not possible. So then, no, yeah, it's not. Yeah, the equivalence can't be 0s. There's no way to do it that doesn't break something. Yeah, so it's not 0s. So it could be 6s or 3s, maybe? Could it be 3s? If it's 3s, it would need to be this 3 this way. Then we'd need a 2 pointing into the 4, which is possible. No, it's not actually, because then we'd need a 2 0 or double 1, which we don't have. So actually, it can't be 3s either. So does that mean it is 6s? Did I already do this and determine it was impossible? Oh, no. No, I think I did. Wait, so what am I missing then? Sorry, I must have made a mistake. Because I did determine this wasn't. Oh, no. I didn't try this one, sorry. Or if I did, I misdetermined that it didn't work. So yes, I think it has to be this. And that now the 4 is finished with a double 2. And now the 6. It looks like the 6, yeah, the 6 goes here, the 3 goes here, sends a 0 into the void appropriately, and then we can actually assemble this one of 2 ways. We just need another 5. There we go. Okay, that was medium. It probably took me longer than it should have, but it was eventually all logical. So, all right, we're on to the hard by Rodolfo. Here we go. All right, we need 3 sets of 4 of something. So 1s could achieve that, 2s could achieve that, 3s could achieve that. And I think only those. 1s, 2s, and 3s. Yes. Okay, so 1s, 2s, and 3s are the large equivalence regions. And ones and threes we have doubled versions of. Interesting, it's almost nothing but equivalence regions. There's just a single void cell and a single greater than 2, which is not very restrictive. Well, actually, is it not? Because threes are spoken for. So the only things that could go in a greater than 2 are 4s and 6s. And we might want those 6s for a 2-sized equivalence region, actually. Because how many? So we have 1s, 2s, and 3s. So we could have 0s in the 2-sized. We could have 6 in the 2-sized. And that's it. I think that's it. So I think that means it is 4 in the greater than 2, which means a 2 is pointing into there or there, because they're one of our 4-sized regions, for whatever that's worth. Also, just because of the grid geometry, this will have to be doubled here. It might not be 1s, but it's got to be something doubled. So it's 1s or 3s. Right, so this can't be 6s because then we'd need 2 doubled things. Wait, maybe this doesn't have to be doubled. Sorry, I don't know why I said it had to be. What were in our other 2-sized equivalence regions? 6s and 0s, I guess. Well, okay, there'll have to be something doubled up there, because even if we did this, we'd then need the doubled up here anyway. So, right, okay. So something is doubled up in that top one. But it could go one of 2 ways. Either way, it's got to point into the 2-sized region somehow. So that one, what did I say? That could be 4s? No, 6s or 0s. I think it has to be 0s because something has to point into it. So up at the top could be 2s or 1s. It could be something like, 3s or 1s. No. Well, it would have to be 3s or 1s because we have a double 3, but we don't have a 3 connected to a 0. I think that means it needs to be essentially this. Could be a different orient. It could be 90 degrees rotated, but it would be the same thing ultimately. I think that's what that has to be. I hope I haven't made a grievous error there. So then we could point the 1 into the 2, the 0 into the 2. I think this is how this will have to go as well. Then the greater than 2 into the 2, which will be the 4 that we determined. Yep. And then double 6, I guess, ends up going here. 3s go here. We send the 1 into the void. We put a 2 here. Yeah, this was great. This was really good. That's a really good puzzle. I like that one a lot. That really required some thinking, but it all made sense once it was properly considered. All right, well, there we go. That was another day of pips. We placed some dominoes. All right, back tomorrow. Bye for now.